It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And LeBron James last season got some MVP votes, and while he didn't come away with the award, I think, Kenny, that most would consider him the best player in the league, if not the world.
Well, he's the most difficult player to guard or have a game plan for. Nobody can really take over a game like he does, and the problem that you have with LeBron is who guards him, what position you put on him.
You know, any team that LeBron is on is considered a title contender, and you can't say that about anyone else in the league, so that's why he's the MVP every year.
Now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as we approach tip-off.
A beautiful view here of the Riverwalk, one of San Antonio's top attractions, as we see people cruising by and enjoying a terrific day. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, and thanks for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We're in San Antonio. The Spurs with home court playing here at the AT&T Center. So Golden State will get the first possession. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. They've got Howard. Aldridge out there with LeBron James. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard position. LaMarcus Aldridge, a polished mid-range shooter as well, and he's working on expanding his range out beyond the arc.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? Last season he made over 10 times more threes than the season before. He made them at an impressive clip, too. I think it's something he should keep as part of his package.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Outside Curry. No one near James as he lets it go. His three-pointers off the mark. Here are the Spurs with the ball. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Westbrook wide open. He fires. That three off the mark.
And, you know, he's always, Aldridge, been a great shooter from everywhere. But don't forget, also terrific at the free throw line as well. I mean, last season he was excellent among power forwards, only second to Dirk Nowitzki.
Here's Cousins. And three chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
Outside Westbrook. Davis setting the pick for Westbrook. San Antonio again missing.
You know, and with Aldridge's great shooting ability, I mean, he doesn't have to put the ball in harm's way. He has always done a great job of limiting his turnovers, and that's an underrated aspect of his game.
Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin, we'll see how successful they are.
Thank you, Doris. The Spurs have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Curry against Wade. Cousins, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Now, here's Howard. Misses off the right iron.
Well, I like his determination and his attitude and aggressiveness, but the defense wasn't going to back off that shot. They were tight on it.
Cousins with it. Outside Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back. Cousins makes it off the glass. Cousins has got 6.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Curry attacking.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and, of course, the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
And you can see when he has the basket in his sights, he's going to attack. And once he's in tight, he is a terrific finisher.
Now here's Cousins. He has 6. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And good on the basket. Book it.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Here's Westbrook. Pass to Davis. Wade outside. Three-pointer. No luck. So Golden State will take it the other way. Well, keeping in mind the Spurs have won 50 games or more for many years in a row, Greg, there are teams out there who can drive cars who have not even seen the Spurs not win 50 games at least in a year.
And the way the Spurs keep on building this team, it's not as if that streak's going to end anytime soon. Those kids might have a chance to vote and do much more before they fail to see the Spurs win 50 games.
And he gets it to go. And 1:01 left in the first.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs dance team.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Different look here for the Warriors. Marc Gasol's checked in for Howard. Anthony comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Thompson, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's John Wall in for Curry. Thompson against Redick. Back to Thompson. It's tipped. Durant with the steal. Poked away. They're running. Here's Gasol. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Teams first.
One thing that can be said for Dirk is that he has been incredible in terms of an ambassador for the game. We know he's a Hall of Fame player, but what he's done off the floor and just everything for the European player coming into this league has been groundbreaking.
And Kevin, for me, he was an inspiration. I mean, he really opened the doors for a lot of European players to come over, and not just come over, but to be impactful. As you mentioned, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and that really has set the stage for this infusion of making our game truly global.
Here is Durant. With 1 on the clock, and that's not going to go. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Spurs lead by 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And one of the rising stars in the NBA is Anthony Davis. His offensive game is growing by leaps and bounds, and he talked about his area of focus.
A lot of face-up, like to do the one dribble pull-up. Like to do the one dribble, fade back off one leg. I haven't got there yet, but catching the ball at the elbow, catching the ball at the nail.
Well, I'll tell you, you could be here an awfully long time if we're going to list all the different moves Anthony Davis can hurt you with.
Yeah, the brow definitely has the full toolkit available to him, and I say that affectionately. Tools a lot of guys don't learn to use until much later in their careers, Kevin.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounding. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Wall out there with Thompson. Then it's Anthony. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Duncan in at the power forward position. And it's Paul penetrating. Redick against Anthony. And Redick kicks to Nowitzki. They get it again. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Paul can't get it to go.
And although not a block officially, it might as well have been his ability to react and alter the shot.
Greg, I don't think there was any doubt about it. His defense threw him off on that shot.
Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
Thompson for three, and he gets it to go. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. San Antonio leading. Different look here for the Warriors. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Gasol. Aldridge comes in for Tim Duncan. James Harden, he's checked in for Anthony. And Curry subbed in for John Wall. Wade on the wing, guarded by Harden. Here's Cousins. Excellent D from Howard. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, man. His body betrays him.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Harden kicks to Howard. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebounds.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Aldridge after the basket by San Antonio. Curry, good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. The dish to Davis, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
And Anthony Davis, growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second chance points they're getting.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
LeBron's checked in for the Warriors. And both free throws good for Davis. And Davis stayed around the game in grade school. He'd keep the clock, sell the tickets, even someone said sell nachos.
Humble beginnings, partner, humble beginnings. Didn't even dream of NBA stardom. Said he wanted to be a high school coach. Obviously, things have changed now.
And San Antonio shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Westbrook kicks to Davis. It's a big height bounce and goes in. Davis has got 6 points.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Here's Leonard, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And the Spurs lead by 5.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
And it's LeBron missing.
You can't get into much better position for the 3 than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
Here's Westbrook. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And guys, you talk about players who have that killer instinct. Russell Westbrook is right at the top of that list.
And you think, Greg, about Westbrook's killer instincts. You were alluding to that. It's very apparent at times. Players praise, and Clark, I think, fear him for just that characteristic alone.
Well, how about this, Kevin? Kobe Bryant said Westbrook has the same love for competition that he has. Whenever other guards are pulled, Westbrook is their worst matchup.
And so Westbrook makes them both. A lot of ferocious dunkers in the NBA, but what could you say about Westbrook as maybe the top dunker right now on that list?
Well, the ferocity, the tenacity. I mean, he's almost angry when he takes it to the basket the way he does. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
And, you know, with Westbrook, it fits right in with how he plays. I mean, he is relentless when he goes at the rim and takes out any contact he felt on the way to get there.
Here's Curry. 6 points for him.
And one last note, guys, about Westbrook. He dunks on purpose. I mean, last season he said that he dunked so hard to discourage any defender from blocking his shot or even contesting him.
Here's LeBron. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Spurs leading by 7. And Leonard has it in the corner. Wide open look. That's good on the jump shot.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Yeah, and that's a nice adjustment on their part, Greg. Even for the best three-point shooting teams, sometimes you got to do a little something different to get your offense going.
Here's Howard.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. So it's San Antonio now, following the score by Golden State. Wade, good.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Curry. And the rejection by Cousins. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook offline from the top of the key. 1 second left. And so we conclude the first half. It's San Antonio leading by 10. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
Russell, thank you so much. Kevin, hard work pays off.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, they're threatening to run away with this one. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to their lead.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
Well, it's never easy to play on the road, and the score reflects that. Just doesn't seem like they're well prepared for this matchup. Every time they tried to make a run, they got derailed. I think to refocus their efforts in the second half, they're going to need to play with a lot more determination for a chance to win this.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And now, your
The second half just about to get going here.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Spurs leading by 10. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for San Antonio, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Cousins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Curry, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Deflects the pass. Wade against Harden. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And San Antonio shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And Westbrook, here we go. That is good. Westbrook's got the first bucket of the third here for the Spurs.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And it's sent back by Howard, and he gets it back.
That's one for their first four to start the second half.
Aldridge left side. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. 10 points for Aldridge. As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Outside Westbrook. He feeds it to Cousins. Tries from 10. Cousins with another miss. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
Warriors trail by 7. LeBron outside. Here's the three. LeBron with another miss.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Leonard on the wing, guarded by Harden. Here's Wade. Great tee that time from Curry. Warriors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. James dishes to Curry. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Cousins. Here's Westbrook. And that one's good. Westbrook's got 11 points.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs dance team.
look now for San Antonio. Nowitzki comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Then for the Warriors, Duncan comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Klay Thompson in for James Harden. Knocked away. Leonard with the steal. Now Redick pass to Westbrook. To the inside. Here's Nowitzki. Hits it from about 6 feet away. And now it's an 11-point San Antonio lead.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style. And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And here's Redick. Shot clock at 6. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way. Spurs do have a beautiful play style, and their offensive numbers show it, Greg. You're right there. One of the most fluid teams I can recall, Clark, in the NBA with their ball movement.
A joy to watch. I mean, they ended up top 5 in shooting percentage last year, as well as top 5 in assists.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And the Spurs with some changes. Whiteside's checked in for Nowitzki. Durant comes in for Anthony Davis. And Paul's subbed in for J.J. Redick. And then for Golden State, Marcus All's checked in for Duncan. Anthony comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And John Wall's subbed in for Steph Curry. Now here's Wall. James kicks to Gasol. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Outside, Wall. Thompson inside the line, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Thompson's got 5 now.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Warriors trail by 9. Left side, Wall. Here's LeBron, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Assistant, John Wall.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Durant. Outside Leonard. Latrey. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
The drive by James. It's rebounded by Leonard.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
To the paint. Kicks it out to Paul. Fires the 3. The Spurs rebound. And Durant gets it to go.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Anthony. San Antonio with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Down low. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Spurs lead by 11. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
Check it out.
And And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything.
On your face for no good reason at all. We in a bad place. Hip hop is separated by the nice and the nice not. Underground and
Warriors trail by 11. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. We've got Harden. Howard is out there with Anthony. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Down low. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Curry. And that's now 7 points for Klay Thompson. The Spurs shooting 43% from the field. And Durant, here we go. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Spurs lead by 11. Golden State's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Anthony, the pass to Harden. From the arc. Howard dishes to Thompson. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wade's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Durant, here we go. And he gets it to go.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. That's going to send DeMarcus Cousins to the line. That one's on Anthony. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Thompson. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Howard with this screen on Durant. Off the screen. Good. He hits the jump shot. And 12 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off. And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
There's the screen. Durant kicks to Wade. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And that's now 7 points for Dwayne Wade. Curry against Paul. And there's the feed to Carmelo. To the middle. It's tipped and taken away by Paul. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Curry, and Durant sends it back.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
It's Anthony with the drive, and that one's good.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Carmelo Anthony, the third pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was an some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and, of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He said their plan was run their offense through Kevin Durant. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
And thank you, Doris. Here's Howard. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And, guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
No good on the free throw. Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific, in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year, he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
No luck that time either.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And he gets it to go.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
San Antonio leading by 12. Paul kicks to Cousins. Wade outside. Screen by Cousins. Paul with the 3. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
It's Curry with the drive. Kicks it out to James from outside the arc. And another 3 for Golden State.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
The Spurs have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter.
2 minutes.
Curry against Paul. And it's Davis at the elbow. Dishes it to Wade. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cousins fires. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Curry against Wade. 11 feet away. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Howard. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Paul with the ball. Davis sets a screen. Paul goes in. Misses in close.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Here is Harden. Outside Curry. Fires for 3. Kevin Durant with the rebound. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
You're exactly right. I mean, take care of the ball, work the clock. It's a wrap.
Yep, nice game. Cousins with a screen on Howard. Curry against Paul. Inside. Cousins, no good.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Shots good by Durant.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Paul outside. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Dwayne, you had a huge impact on the boards tonight. Was that something you tried to do?
Yeah, Coach told me to rebound. I've been trying to rebound lately, so just trying to get down there and help our big guys out.
You did exactly that, Dwayne. Thank you. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook. He was the engine that drove this team the whole night, and his teammates had no problem harnessing the power of that motor.
When you're facing Westbrook, you're always going to have your hands full, and tonight he proved that once again. There's only one thought going through Russell's head: attack, attack, attack. I know that was 3 thoughts, Kenny.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.